Good morning. It is May 16th here on the farm, and we are getting ready for planting. Hopefully, we went and took a look at the ground this morning. Hopefully it's not too wet. We think it's ready to go, so we're getting things ready. We're doing an oil change on the 550 right now. We went through and looked at all the service pages and noticed that it was overdue for an oil change. So me and my dad have started that this morning. As you can see, we got our big tub down there, drained all the oil down into it. Right now I'm working on trying to get the filter out, so we'll do that. Yesterday we decided that we were going to try beans on a certain quarter, but after going up there and looking at it, and we're going to actually try corn today. So hopefully after we get this running, we can run out there right away with the digger, our field cultivator, and get things going, open up that ground a little bit before we come in with the planter and start planting. So hopefully I'll either be in the digger today or the planter, so hopefully I can bring you guys some videos of that. But in the meantime, hopefully I can try and get this, finish up this oil change. Got it. So a little change in plan. Apparently there are a couple rocks that we missed. So here's what we're gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do, I should say. Is I'm gonna run over and pick up those rocks. But first, I gotta fill up the skid steer because it's empty. Alright, that's all filled up now. So now I'm going to hop in the skid steer and head over to the east quarter and pick up those rocks. The reason I'm going over there now before we start planting is because we're hoping that the east quarter is going to be able to go. So I'm going to head over there and get those rocks. So that way when we're heading over there, we don't pick up those rocks with the digger or hit them with the planter. Alright, now that we got that all taken care of, the next thing on the agenda is to hook up the corn planter. So I'm going to come over here to the 335. That's what we use on the corn planter anyway. I'll get this thing fired up. If you can see, corn planter's right back there in the shed. We'll get this thing going. Fires right up. Well, now that we got that done, we gotta put some fuel in her because you can't really go far without fuel. So we're gonna fuel her up here, get this going. Hope this hose will reach. We're on the wrong side. Damn. Well, after a little repositioning, I got the hose to fit. So now, all I did was hook the corn planter up, as you can see here. Got it hooked up to the tractor. So now what I have to do is I have to hook up all the hydraulics, and the hydraulics control things like the boom to open the corn planter, and it controls the wheels, the hydraulic cylinders on the wheels to lift the whole thing up and down. So luckily we were smart enough and we remembered to mark each one. If you can see that, 1L, this one should be 1R. So, not terribly hard. Alright, we got the corn planter all hooked up. We got the plates in it. For those of you who don't know, excuse me, there are certain plates that go in the corn planter that are designed specifically for a certain seed. We only plant corn and soybeans, so right now, since we're gonna plant corn, we put the corn discs in. Excuse me. So it's a disc, and there's little holes in it, and the disc will roll around in there as this bin fills with seed. And if you can see down in there, there's these little holes right in here. So as this picks up seed, it'll come around, it'll roll around, and it'll drop down into this channel here, all the way down, and in between the cutting wheels here, which these gauge wheels cut holes, or not holes, they cut a groove in the dirt, so it makes a nice seed bed, not a seed bed, just makes a nice passage, a nice little gap for the seed to lay in. And it drops the seed down in there, and with the specific spacing on the disc, it only drops the seed so often, so it spaces the seed out perfectly to what we have the population set at on the computer. So we had to put those discs in, we greased it, and now we have it sitting here in the yard to fill up. We have the seed over there sitting on the trailer, and the seed tender's hooked up, so we're all ready to put seed in the tender.
Just walk right up on there and you can balance yourself on the save that one so we remember which.
So unfortunately, we've had a couple of setbacks again. We've got everything ready to go. We've got the 550 on the field cultivator. We've got the 220 on the drill, and we've got the 335 hooked up to the corn planter. Everything's ready to go. The land, the field we were gonna farm, or we're gonna plant, I should say, is ready to go. It was a little iffy this morning, but now that the sun's been out all day and there's been a low breeze, everything's dried up. She's good to go. But now we're waiting on the elevator. Unfortunately, there is a long line of people ahead of us getting fertilizer, so they have not had time to spread fertilizer yet. But that has given us some time to work on some other things around the farm. This trailer behind me right here, we just picked this up this year. It is a spray trailer. It's not pretty, but it gets the job done. So there's a couple things we had to fix on here. We had to go ahead and try and wire up a couple of, or not wire, hook up a couple of water hoses and reroute some things to figure things out in here. And we got things working. So for the most part, we got everything done around here we wanted to do, other than plant. So the one major thing we wanted to do today, we haven't really got to do yet. So hopefully, they said they're on their way within the next hour or two. So hopefully we can get in the field tonight, and maybe we'll just call it, because it's not supposed to rain anytime soon. So maybe we'll call it a day here, do some other odds and ends around here, call it a day, because it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, and we'll get going early in the morning and see what we can do. So we'll just have to wait and see. So the time has finally come. All day we've been waiting. They just got fertilizer out there. So I'm heading out in the 550 right now. And I'm gonna get started digging. Last night, they got the fertilizer spread. Finally, I went out and I dug for a couple hours last night. And then, so that way this morning, when my dad came out and he was ready to plant, the sun would beat on a little bit. So it could dry up a little bit so he could start planting. Because last night when I was doing it, it was a little sticky. And it was plugging up the planter, and that's not good. So we're out here this morning. I took a video last night and I just said that we got the fertilizer spread and I was out here digging, and then we tried planting, but my video didn't save on my camera, so I don't know what happened there. But right now we're out planting, or my dad's out planting I should say. Once I turn around here you'll be able to see him. I'm out digging, trying to get this done, because we still have another quarter yet that we need to dig up today, because pretty soon here after I get this done, we're going to go up north and we're going to try and get some beans in. So Grandpa's going to sit in here and he's going to get the ground dug, and I'm going to hop in the bean drill and we're going to try and get that done today. So there's a lot going on here finally now that the weather's shaped up and the elevators got fertilizer out to us. So fertilizer. The type of fertilizer we spread, we use urea and we use some MAP. Urea is a combination of phosphorus, nitrogen, and potassium, and that helps. Those are the optimal nutrients for the corn growth, for optimal growth. So that's what we spread out here. This year we didn't get a chance to come out and test the soil, because most times we do variable rate through the elevator. So they come out and they test the soil for us, and it determines, like in the high spots and the low spots, if it needs more or less fertilizer per pound per acre and so forth. So unfortunately we didn't get that done last year. We were too busy in the fall. So we just had a standard rate for optimal 200 bushel corn, 200 bushels per acre. So they just came down and laid a flat rate, and so we're getting that dug in the ground today. And the reason you come in, you want the fertilizer spread before, is because they spread it on top, and then you come by with what I'm doing right now, digging it into the ground, and they're little itty tiny pellets. They're not terribly big. But anyway, when you work it into the ground and you come over and plant on top of it, hopefully the moisture in the ground, and maybe if you get a little rain, it will dissolve those chemicals, and so the corn, when it starts to root, will soak up those nutrients. So that's the whole reason behind that. But other than that, we don't have a whole lot going on today. Like I said, I wanted to get this video, or take this part of the video last night, but I don't know what happened. My camera wasn't cooperating with me, so I'm doing it today. And last night it got dark out, so you guys couldn't really see me, but this probably works out better so you guys can see me now. Other than that, that'll probably be the end for this video. Hopefully I can get more videos out there. I can get some more tillage videos in, especially on the corn stalks, since that's a little different. You go a different speed, and we pull a different implement. So, and then hopefully I can get some other things around the farm, film this spring that are different other than just tillage. Like I said, I'm going to be in the bean drill, and hopefully I can run the corn planter this year and show you guys a little bit of that. So subscribe if you guys are interested. I know I'm excited to start this channel. I've wanted to do it for quite some time now, but I just haven't had the time, and I wanted to do it this spring so I can get this spring and this fall in and have this be my first full year of filming. But like I said, the weather hasn't been cooperating with us, and we just haven't had any luck. So I've been pressed for time on filming. But if you're interested, please subscribe and turn your notifications on, so every time I post a video you get a notification, you can come watch it. So until next time, see ya.